Hey guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today with the first clip in 2025. I'm gonna explain you the dilemma that we always have with opposite colored bishops. Like here, in this case, we have the black squared bishop and black has the white squared bishop. And the general principle for you to understand is that they can never touch each other in any way. Which means all the things that we have, that we can attack / defending, black can't defend or attacking by himself. So the example here, we play king f3, and now here, if both ways playing correctly, of course, you don't have any chance of winning this. Why? Because as I mentioned before, like our only pawn advantage is this one, but this one is well protected and we will never have a chance to bring that through. On the other hand, our only target that we are able to attack is this one, and when we play like this, the king can just remain here and defend. So let's say we make a couple of moves with black. For instance, this one, and we have no chance of making progress. However, the only option would be like a trick, something like this one. That is always in the game, which would be now possible, actually. So let's say if black just plays this one and remains on this diagonal, we can't come with the king to this square to support the pawn. And we have no option of attacking this pawn here. That's why you hear quite often it's always a drawish position. On the other hand, let's say if black tries to do something and we do absolutely nothing. So let's say something like that, and then he attacks here the pawn. We don't really care. So even like that, here basically it's the same as long as we defend this pawn. And as long as we defend this pawn, we have nothing to worry with white. Of course, we want to win because we have the extra pawn, but this position is simply not possible. And sometimes you can even be 2 pawns down. It's still a draw because of the same theory. And now I would like to give you also a special example about the bishops. Like we have this example here. Take a note if our pawn is not A or H pawn, like something like this one here. It's always winning if we have a pawn and a bishop. However, here it's a bit special because let's say if we play king here, king defends the pawn, we can give a check, he has to go there, and then we push the pawn, he has to go there, he will lose the pawn, and yeah, afterwards we will just win the game. Like that, and as soon as we make a queen, the game is over. However, what you have to be careful with A and H pawn is when the bishop doesn't have the same color of the square like this one here. Because that slightly difference is if we continue the same like before with king h6, black is able to defend the pawn, and now we can't capture just the pawn because of a stalemate. Which means we can't just take the pawn. So let's, for example, we push a pawn and king goes there. If we give a check, he goes there. And now if we move the bishop on this diagonal, it's a stalemate again. And if we put it here, we can win the pawn. And now we can go back, which is not a stalemate. But the problem is we can't force the king out of this corner, doesn't matter what we do. So if we play king g6, he just goes there and black remains defending on these two squares. And after h6, bishop check, we have the same problem. At the moment, about no options for black. And yeah, if we play something like that, then it's immediately a stalemate. Because if we play something like that, black can now defend on these two squares. So the main lessons for today is that even you're maybe down 1 or 2 pawns by opposite colored bishops, it's still able to make the draw, so keep on defending. As an attacker, you can always try to win it, of course. And if you remain with A or H pawn, be careful about which color your bishop has. If he has the same color like the square where you would like to make a queen, or if he doesn't have it. That makes the difference between a draw and a winning. And yeah, with these wise words, I wish you a wonderful start in 2025. Enjoy your chess games this year and see you soon.